Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my Readathon TBR for 2019. Readathon is a middle grade and children's book readathon being hosted by Gavin on his channel. I will leave a link to his announcement video down below. It runs for the entire length of November, and the purpose behind it is to try and read at least 4 middle grade or children's books over the course of the month. There is, however, a little guidebook that he has put together. Again, if you check out his announcement video, you'll get all the links to all of that. And he has included 10 prompts to get people started, as well as a list of recommendations of what you can possibly read for the readathon to fit those prompts. But the goal is to just read 4 of them. And you are allowed to double up on challenges. I actually have 2 month-long readathons that I'm taking part in the month of November, so I haven't tried to find 10 separate books for this readathon. I do have 8 books for the readathon. Some of them I've doubled up on challenges. Most of them are middle grade. I have 2 picture books included in it, and I'm also going to be tying these books in to the second readathon for the month as well, where I can. So I'm doubling up on challenges across readathons, but I'm really looking forward to reading it. I loved doing middle grade March earlier in the year, and I love the opportunity to just sort of focus really on children's literature because it is so fantastic, the range that is out there these days. Okay, I think that's all the information you need to know. Now I'm going to share with you the books that I have picked for the readathon. So the first 2 challenges are to read a book that features magic, and then to read a book that features myths or legends. For that, I'm going to try and read the group book pick for the readathon, which is Frost Heart by Jamie Little. This was a book that Gavin had read previously and had really enjoyed, so he's put it as the group book. My understanding is it is a fantasy, but I also think there's references to things like yetis and things like that, which falls under the myths and the legends sort of branch, which was good because I was actually really struggling to find any middle grade books that I currently had that fit that category. So I think I'm going to tick off those challenges with the group book, and that will be really interesting because I actually haven't heard all that much about Frost Heart, so I'm looking forward to reading it. For the challenge to read a book that features real life issues, I'm going to read You Don't Know Everything, Jilly P, which is by Alex Gino. Alex Gino wrote George, which was one of the most wonderfully diverse middle grade books I've ever read. And I think this is their new book. I don't know much about this book. I did purchase it for our readers, for our literature circle sets at work, but I'm reading it before it goes into circulation with the rest of the books. It features a character whose sister is deaf and also a black deaf main character as well, I'm pretty sure. So real world issues. I'm looking forward to reading it, knowing Alex Gino's writing style. It's going to be wonderful to read. It's probably going to be a bit heartbreaking, to be honest, but I'm looking forward to picking it up. For the challenge to read a book set in the past, I'm going to read A Long Walk to Water by Linda Sue Park. Again, this is another book that I purchased for the school for our literature circle sets, but I haven't read it. But it does take place over a variety of years, including in the past, so I thought I would read this one, and I'm pretty sure this one is going to tear at the heartstrings too. For a book that has a good sense of friendship, I'm going to read The Goldfish Boy by Lisa Thompson, another literature circle book that I picked that hasn't gone into circulation with the rest of them yet, but this one is, I think, about a boy who has OCD or OCD tendencies. The reason I picked this one for the friendship one is because at the very end of the blurb it says a story about finding friendship when you're lonely and hope when all you feel is fear. So I think that ultimately this is going to have really good friendship elements woven into it, so I'm looking forward to reading this. I think this will be a good one. The next couple of challenges are to read a book that is atmospheric or a creepy read, and also to read a seasonal book. I'm going to tie those 2 together. I'm going to read Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. This is the second book in the City of Ghosts series. I forget if that's the actual title of the series, but it is book 2, and this one follows Cass, and this time she is in Paris, and that's about all I know about it, except it has a really awesome cover. I love it. So I'm looking forward to reading this. For the challenge to read a book with an animal character, I'm going to read Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo. I can't remember if I've ever read this. I picked it up from the library, so I'm going to read it. Sorry about the changing light. The sun has actually decided to appear. We'll just go with it because I'm pretty sure it's going to go behind a cloud in a minute. My last 2 books are going to be picture books. I don't actually have them at home with me at the moment. They are currently in the classroom, but I will bring them home. The first one is to read a children's classic. I'm going to reread The Very Hungry Caterpillar because honestly that book just makes me happy. And then for the challenge to reread a childhood favourite, I'm either going to read Possum Magic or I'm going to read Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge by Mem Fox. They are 2 of my favourite Mem Fox books. I read them when I was a child. They've stuck in my mind for many, many years. I read them every year with every class that I teach, no matter what age they are, because they are so relevant in every circumstance, and you can use them for pretty much anything when teaching literacy. I'm almost really tempted to almost do a vlog where I actually read the books to you, because I don't know how many of my US or international audiences actually are familiar with Mem Fox's work. So if you're interested in seeing me read the picture books, I can do that. But yeah, that is my TBR for the Believeathon. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really fun month. I'm looking forward to tying it into my second readathon, which you are going to hear about in a couple of videos' time. Don't forget, if you are interested in this readathon, to follow the links down below so that you can find out more about it. If you are participating, let me know. I would love to find out what your TBRs are for it. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.